Following the mid-March debut of Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV, a documentary series on investigation discovery, viewers were given an intimate glimpse into Nickelodeon's darker side and the process by which the network shed its bright orange exterior. The show delves into accusations of discriminatory behavior against Dan Schneider, the creator of popular shows like The Amanda Show, Zoe 101, Drake and Josh, iCarly, and Victorious. It has garnered over 16 million viewers and broken streaming records on Max. Additionally, the show addresses allegations of abuse against former dialogue coach Brian Peck. Quiet on Set opens with a disclaimer. I will warn you, if you were a child of the 90s, this is going to ruin that for you. In response to the series, Nickelodeon subsequently released a statement saying that it investigates all formal complaints and has adopted numerous safeguards over the years, but added that it cannot corroborate or negate allegations of behaviors from productions decades ago. Initially, the 4-episode series set out to detail everything that went on behind the scenes at Nickelodeon under Schneider's tenure. But an additional episode is set to air after critics and fans reacted to the initial reports of abuse and harassment towards child stars. Here's everything you need to know before the new episode airs on Max. Who is Dan Schneider and what are the allegations against him? Once described as Nickelodeon's golden boy, Dan Schneider created a number of the most successful live-action shows in Nickelodeon history. Sources close to the network say that his success enabled his bad behavior. His career at the Kids Network began in the 1990s when he worked as a writer and producer. Eventually, he would go on to create The Amanda Show, Zoe 101, Drake and Josh, and iCarly. He parted ways with Nickelodeon in 2018 after he was accused of creating a hostile work environment. In a gender discrimination and hostile workplace claim that was filed in 2000, a writer on The Amanda Show claimed that Schneider had made her uncomfortable by persistently requesting massages. When iCarly star Jeanette McCurdy published her memoir, I'm Glad My Mom Died, many readers speculated that she was calling out Schneider when she wrote about an executive that pressured her into drinking alcohol, gave her an unwanted massage, and pitted young actors against one another, according to Business Insider. In fact, McCurdy and her Sam and Cat co-star Ariana Grande filed complaints about a producer on their show. Insider reports that an investigation launched in 2013 found inappropriate behavior on the set of the iCarly spin-off. Schneider had reportedly contributed to the toxicity on set, and McCurdy wrote that the creator was no longer allowed to be on set with any actors. Later in 2017 and 2018, Nickelodeon's parent company, Viacom CBS, launched another investigation into Schneider's alleged sexual behavior. Even though it found no evidence of sexual misconduct, the report stated that Schneider could be verbally abusive. Russell Hicks, Nickelodeon's former president of content and production, told the publication that a standards and practices group read every script for Schneider's shows. Additionally, programming executives watched every episode and parents and caregivers were always on set. Every single thing that Dan ever did on any of his shows was carefully scrutinized and approved, Hicks wrote in a statement shared by Insider. In a 2021 interview with the New York Times, Schneider claimed that he was never inappropriate with staff. I couldn't, and I wouldn't have the long-term friendships and continued loyalty from so many reputable people if I'd mistreated my actors of any age, especially minors, Schneider said. Additionally, female writers claimed that Schneider openly stated he didn't like having female writers in the writer's room, although many of his shows featured female leads. None of Schneider's shows ever credited more than 2 female writers. Insider notes, with Zoe 101 and Drake and Josh having no female writers during their runs. Kaya Alpert told the outlet that Schneider said that women were not funny and asked her to name a funny woman. It speaks to something very dark and very wrong, Alpert said. Jenny Kilgen, who worked on The Amanda Show, accused the show's production company of gender discrimination and creating a hostile work environment. though Schneider wasn't specifically named in the suit. The case was eventually settled out of court. What other allegations were made in Quiet on Set? Daniela Monet, who starred in the show Victorious, claimed that she expressed concern over a scene that she saw as too sexual, but Nickelodeon didn't cut it. She also said that female actors would frequently sit on Schneider's lap on the Zoe 101 set. Virgil Fabian, the director of All That, and cast members Giovanni Samuels, Kyle Sullivan, Brian Hearn, and Katrina Johnson also appeared in the documentary. Hearn and Samuels shared that they experienced racism on set, alleging they were often cast in stereotyped roles and treated poorly by Schneider. Drake and Josh star Drake Bell spoke about being sexually assaulted when he was 15 by dialogue coach Brian Peck. In 2004, Peck was sentenced to 16 months in prison after pleading no contest to a lewd act against a child and oral copulation with an unnamed Nickelodeon child actor. Bell came forward as the minor mentioned in the case. "I was sleeping on the couch where I usually sleep, and I woke up to him," Drake said in a clip from the documentary, according to People. "I opened my eyes, and I woke up, and he was sexually assaulting me. And I froze and was in complete shock, and had no idea what to do or how to react. You know, anytime I had an audition or anytime I needed to work on dialogue or anything, I somehow ended up back at Brian's house," Bell continued. "And it just got worse and worse and worse and worse, and I was just trapped. I had no way out. The abuse was extensive, and it got pretty brutal." Has Dan Schneider responded to Quiet on Set? Schneider posted a response video after the series debuted. "Watching over the past few nights was very difficult," he said. "Me facing my past behaviors, some of which are embarrassing and that I regret. And I definitely owe some people a pretty strong apology." He went on to say that he felt that any scenes from Nickelodeon shows that could be seen as inappropriate or are upsetting somebody could be edited out. He added that all Nickelodeon shows and scripts had been approved by network executives. What protections do child actors have? Quiet on Set isn't the first time that child actors and lax labor laws have made headlines. I know a lot of kids that grew up in the industry. Actor Evan Rachel Wood explained in a 2020 documentary called Showbiz Kids. "And what surprised me when I got older was finding out that pretty much all of the young men were abused in some way sexually." According to the Huffington Post, labor protections for child actors are left up to the states. 17 states have no protections for child actors at all. In California, there are many laws designed to protect children's earnings and screen any people who work with child actors. AB 1660 requires that certain professionals who work with children pass an FBI background check. As we conclude our exploration of the controversies surrounding Quiet on Set and the allegations against Dan Schneider, it's important to remember the complexity of these issues. While the entertainment industry often dazzles us with its glamour, it also harbors stories that demand our attention and reflection. We hope this video has provided valuable insights and sparked meaningful conversations. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Stay informed, stay curious, and until next time, take care.